Yeah, so the music, every time that we're starting the show now, I'm playing with different countdowns. And maybe our guest tonight, Matt Copley, maybe he will let us use some of his music down the line. We'll see if we can. We'll see if we can allow him to do that, or if he'll allow us to do so. Hi, I sound like this because I ran a Comic Con all weekend, but I'm Heather, and to my left, your right is a very handsome and devilish Chris.
And I sound like this because allergies. Yay.
Yay, it's been super fun. It was 115 degrees today, and yet I went to Disney and entertained some talent. So it's been a really fun time. But hey, you know what? We're here. It's a Monday night. It's a Broadway Fan Club podcast. I need caffeine, but I don't need it right now because I have been very excited for the show for some time. Chris, you and I, let's knock out some of our womp 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 Broadway news, quick and easy. And then by the time we knock that out, I think we can welcome Matt onto the show officially. What do you think?
And then Matt can get you some coffee in the morning. You'll
Ew.
see what I did there later.
I was like, wow, very presumptuous. So you want
If
to
you
talk?
know, you know.
Oh my goodness. Do you want to talk about one of your new favorite shows going bye-bye? Happy Tales
Oh,
to Cats?
happy tales. I hope their tales are happy. The tales of Cats the Jellicle Ball will always be happy. Um, Cats had to close on Saturday.
They did.
Despite announcing two extensions, they had to backtrack, and
It's an
it's
expensive
the
show,
cause
Chris.
of a lot of discussion about the expense of mounting Broadway musicals and how
Yeah,
you can run at 94% occupancy and still barely get by.
absolutely. It
But they
reminds me
did
of
leave
Life
us,
and Trust because if you
right?
remember, Immersive had Life and Trust, which was after Sleep No More, and they were selling out every single one of their shows, and that was a very expensive production.
It
They
was.
refabricated an entire, vault in the financial district. I can't talk, the financial district, and it was gorgeous, but they went bye-bye too. Literally can't stop thinking about it. But yeah, it's sad, but I don't think that Cats has used up all of its nine lives yet, to be very honest.
I hope not. I'm still hoping that there will be an environmental slash immersive production down the road, much the way Phantom closed at the Majestic, but then
Hmm.
was reborn for another life as Masquerade. And Cats did leave us with a lovely parting gift,
Yeah,
which is if you saw it and you liked the Andrew Lloyd Webber remixes they played at intermission, those have been released on SoundCloud.
that's great. That's
So
really great.
that was lovely,
And I
and
like SoundCloud. That's more of a musician's base there.
it's I get a lot of I enjoy listening to a lot of remixes there. A
Yeah.
lot of DJs will post their remixes
Hmm.
there, and I remember when
I
Sunset
dated a
opened.
DJ once. That was something.
Yeah,
That's a story for another time.
people have done that. A lot of Eurovision remixes, which
Yeah.
if you know me, I'm very much into. So Cats is closed. Death of a Salesman has closed, and then this Sunday we lose Ragtime. Which
Ragtime goes
surprises
bye-bye.
me. And I know that's another big show and it has a big nut to make every week. But I was really hoping maybe they were going to find a way to transfer that
Maybe they will. I don't
to a
think it's gone
different
for good
theater on the
either because
strip.
it had such a successful run. Death of a Salesman, there were some videos from closing night curtain call, and everyone said Nathan Lane looks very relaxed now. It's a hard show.
Yeah.
But it had a successful run at the Winter Garden too. And then Titanic said, yes, we are officially having our last sailing, so that will be coming up sooner rather than later as well.
That's mid September, I think, right?
I
September
believe so.
23rd, second or third week.
Yep. And
Um,
and
I'm
then
going
Bowen
to miss
Yang is
Deborah
coming in for
Cox.
Oh Mary, just around the same time as well. What
Yeah.
were you gonna say?
I'm going to miss Deborah Cox, and I don't need a whole Titanic cast album.
Just Deborah Cox?
I need Deborah Cox singing all by myself to be a single.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I taking down the house with that one. What a
Yeah.
house to take down.
You know me and my show tunes, so.
I do. Well, I mean, taking down the house seems to be pretty hard to do, but you know who will be doing that live very soon? Somebody I've been following for a while who happens to be joining us for tonight. Can we bring Matt on? Because I'm really interested in something. Chris said, okay, can we do it?
You went silent for a moment. Your mouth
I went,
moved and nothing came.
me, I would never go silent. I was saying, I think we should bring on Matt.
Well, yes, you're the mod.
Yes,
Go ahead.
please, because I'm dying to get him on.
You pushed the
Matt
button. There we go.
Copley, here you are.
Matt's in the background
Hey.
going, "Where?
Hello,
Come on, bring me, bring me.
hello, bring me, come on.
Put me in,
Hello,
coach."
hello, hello. Um,
Hi, guys.
Matt, hi. I still am going to give you shit because, I tried reaching out to you for a while on socials, but it was kismet that we were able to get you onto the show. So I'm happy that you're here.
Me too. Me too. Thank you for reaching out. I'm excited to chat today.
Oh, so excited. And I'm going to start by saying I'm very sad that I will not be in town when you actually do your very first live concert series.
Ah, dude.
I know. I literally went, oh man, because I'm coming in for Broadway Flea, which is September 27th. I'll be coming into the city. And then your performances are, what, October 2nd and 3rd?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I'm
Man,
almost tempted to literally change my flight.
dude, it'll be worth it. It's the only shows of the year. I can guarantee you that.
It's Abrams Arts Center off of Grand Street. So, how do you feel about going from being this like online viral sensation, we're just gonna call it what it is at this point, to now doing something live with this project with Broadway Does Punk?
Uh, it feels like the natural progression. It's
I
something
think
that
so.
I've wanted to do for a very long time.
Yeah.
I've always, loved performing live and
Yeah.
being on stage live, whether that's in a show, in a musical, in a play, or with my band on tour,
Yep.
and playing rock venues. It's I love performing at the end of the day, and that is something. When I started Broadway Does Punk, I from the get go, I wanted to do this live, and I never had the
Right.
right, I guess, tools at my disposal to make it happen until recently.
Yeah.
And the timing just wasn't right because there's just life got so busy over the past 4 or 5 years. So
It
I'm
tends
I'm,
to
I'm
do that.
happy. Yeah. So I'm happy. I'm happy that now it's finally happening, and it definitely feels like the right time for this to be taking place.
Absolutely. I, again, self-admittedly, have been following the journey for a while. It's been really kind of fascinating because I saw some of the stuff that you've done with your band. You brought them into things here and there, kind of making that migration over to the full Broadway set of things. You have a little bit of a theater background as well.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
want to,
Yeah.
yeah, you want to tell people how you got into this, and
For sure.
don't worry, we're gonna just throw random questions and we'll just sit here and shoot it. So go
Yeah,
on.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. Ask me anything. I started.
Anything. Noted.
Yeah. My love for theater started at a very young age. My mom forced me to do these community productions that she was directing. They were like Mulan Junior, Annie Junior, Aladdin Junior, like the MTI Junior shows.
Uh-huh.
And so that's how I got into it. I was, started when I was like 7, 8 years old,
Yeah.
and that was my beginnings in theater, and I kind of was obsessed with it ever since then. I did choir in middle school, and I started singing and branching out from theater there. I started taking voice lessons in like 8th or 7th or 8th, sometime in middle school.
Sure.
And then high school, I did my high school drama club, and did little high school competitions here and there throughout the state of Michigan, where I'm from. And I, in high school, I also had a high school band because I was like tangentially, I loved listening to like Warped Tour emo pop punk bands like All
Yep.
Time Low and Mayday Parade, My Chemical Romance, Fall
Yep.
Out Boy,
So are you
all those kinds
familiar
of.
with Newfound Glory?
Oh yeah, oh
Okay,
yeah,
so I gotta brag for a second, so we're kindred spirits here. So I grew up in a tiny little town that will sound familiar to the Newfound Glory fans, Coral Springs, Florida. And
nice.
we all used to hang out at the mall, and I think I was 14, and I was totally into music, and this is mid-90s, here we go. But I was part of helping get bands to perform what we call the Outhouse series, which happened on the football field of our high school. And
Heck
so
yeah,
it was one of their very first gigs, and I was like absolutely hooked.
dude,
Met
that's
him
an
for
awesome.
water. Yeah,
Dude, that's an awesome plug right
it's
there.
a little humble brag there.
Yeah, you were promoting shows from the start, dude. That's
From the
awesome.
start, yeah. So I
That's
totally feel
awesome.
you. music kind of makes you happy and you can exude, and Chris being music for, a million years, you guys can talk about it too. I play the flute, okay? Like I'm not that cool. I can sing a little bit, but taking music and evoking an emotion from, the audience and from yourself when you're performing, you're listening. Like I love that roller coaster. So I
Yeah.
love it. Your mom forced you to perform because we wouldn't have had to if it wasn't the case.
Yeah, yeah, she really, was the driving force behind it. Because as a kid, like I don't want to go to a rehearsal for like 2 hours or 3 hours,
Yeah.
whatever it was. Like I wanted to just fuck off with my friends, whatever it
Right.
was. Like, so
So you got to
yeah, I
fuck
was
off with your
happy.
friends, kind of. And now here you
Kinda.
are.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, like, and then my older brother was the one that got me into, the pop punk rock music growing up. Green Day,
Hmm.
yeah,
Um,
all those
yeah.
bands. And I never thought that those two things could coexist, or I guess mesh together or exist together. I mean, I guess they did exist together, but like they were
Sure.
never combined for me, growing up, until I saw American Idiot on tour in Detroit, and then I that was the first national I think of that show, and yeah, my mind was blown. Like I had to be like ninth
Yeah.
grade maybe at that point,
Okay. Yeah.
but that completely changed like my whole outcome, and that was the
So
moment
you
I
have one
remember.
up on me at least. I've only seen the slime tutorial. Um,
Yes, shout out slime
but
tutorials.
like amongst my travels going to New York, I have had the opportunity to know many of the original casts, and that show is life changing. Chris, have you gotten a chance to see American Idiot at
I
all?
have never seen that.
Really?
And they're bringing it back. There's a local production that's going to happen in
Yes.
September. So I'm
Oh,
really hoping I'll be able to get to see that.
Yeah.
heck yeah.
We'll see.
I
And Green Day is coming out with their new movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yup. It's a
Yeah.
big year for Green Day again, I guess.
Thank God. I don't think that they ever went
But
away. What were you gonna say though? I'm so sorry, I interrupted. Yeah.
oh no, you're good. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, but that was just like the first time that I saw that my music taste and my theater, I guess, career taste kind of mixed
Yeah.
together, and that was the moment in ninth grade where I was like, okay, I want to try and do this professionally. Like that's what I want to do. So I did the whole thing as high schoolers do. I took it seriously. I was in voice lessons and
Okay,
coaching and
so
like
you really
acting
did
coaching.
go real.
Yeah, dude. And then I got accepted into a good theater school, a
Hmm.
program at the University of Cincinnati. And
Okay.
then I went there for 4 years and got my bachelor's in musical theater. And
Yeah.
then I graduated in 2020. So whole like my
That's
whole
amazing.
preparation for like 8 years, like 4 years of high school and 4 years of
Yeah.
college, ended in a virtual showcase where agents weren't signing anybody because the world was shut down.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
So
but at
yeah.
the same time, virtual showcase that propelled you into the virtual space because
Yes. Yeah,
it was kind of a
exactly.
happy accident there.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm saying all this, I guess, not to discredit any of the past, but like
No,
it's
of course.
none of this definitely wouldn't have happened. Like everything played out the way it should have in terms
Yes.
of where I am today. So yeah, so because I graduated during the pandemic, I didn't move to New York City. I moved back home to Michigan, where I was from, because
Yeah.
at that point, I remember Nick, New York was literally and physically shut down. Like they
Shut
weren't allowing
down.
people in and out of the
Yep.
city. So like my entire class of graduating people couldn't like move to the city. So we all moved back home.
Okay.
And then long story short, I ended up joining a band with one
Hmm.
of my original high school band members.
Love it.
And we formed a new band. And that was just kind of like that was my creative outlet in this time of virtual things and
Right.
being home and having so much time on my hands. And we made a record. And it started taking off. The band started taking off, and I was like, "Oh, sweet, this is cool." And it was like a post-hardcore kind of like rock, screamy kind of band. And
Yeah.
so I started singing more like that and doing more like that music and spending a lot of my time. And then we got a record deal, a really small record deal at first with a indie label, and then
Hmm.
we were coming up with ways to promote the album. And I was like, I think there's like we got to figure out what's unique to us. Like everyone's, especially in theater
Right.
programs, are like find your authentic, unique voice, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Find your own way. And something that was unique to me, especially in the band space, was like I have a musical theater background, and and like a pop punk band. So that was unique to me, and I was like, okay, guys, what if we like did a cover of a Broadway song, but like made it like a rock song? And they were like
And voila.
not on board. Yeah. Long story short, I mean, we did that was
Yeah.
Defying Gravity, and then it was just game over from there.
Yep.
We posted that because they weren't on board right away. Like they were like, that's lame. Like they're not from they never like were in theater growing up. They weren't into it, so that was just like it was a hard sell at first. And then I was like, all right, we'll do this one. We never have to do it again if this doesn't work or it's not
Yep.
cool, whatever. And then yeah, dude, that was Defying
Not
Gravity, and it
cool.
literally like took off overnight, and here we are today, basically.
I mean, I remember when I heard the first time and I was like, okay, this is amazing. Because, like, I love musicals. It's great, but I'm such like a like little punk girl and I'm like, this is so cool. And then again, fangirling for a moment because I love the vibe, but like I go between you and Broadway Brass Band and like my life is set.
Dude, that's a great playlist.
Yeah.
Thank you for spinning my stuff. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so
Alrighty.
yeah.
Yeah. Chris, you good over there?
I just always think it's great when music from Broadway stages intersects.
Yeah.
They intersect with punk in the things that you do, Matt, and then as you mentioned, Broadway brass band. When it crosses into dance remixes, like they did for Cat's Intermission or the Sondheim Disco Fever album that came out a few years ago. There's because music, I mean, really, it's storytelling in song, and that's all any music is. And then you can just
Yeah.
layer any other style. And I think about there's the group Hayseed Dixie, which does country versions of AC/DC songs. You can do the same thing with show music. It doesn't have to be, like
Yeah.
sort of a postmodern jukebox show tune. Although
Yep.
that's not much of a stretch for most things. But I love when show music intersects with other genres.
I completely agree, and something
hope
that's
so.
been beautiful to me to see is I know it's to us theater folk, like Defying Gravity for say like is like one of the most famous songs of
Yeah.
the last century or the last decades or so, but
You can say
it
century,
gets
it also works.
I don't know. But it gets introduced. These songs I'm doing get introduced to a different audience that literally have never heard of Defying Gravity before. So it's cool
Which
that
means they've lived under a rock, and that's okay.
yeah, but that's it's honestly true for like everything I've been doing, and vice versa too. Like there's some more Broadway or forward people first that are like now venturing into more like this pop punk world, these rock bands, these different artists. And a lot of these like my bandmates are learning of all these musicals that I'm introducing them to, because I'm like, hey, this week we're gonna do a song from Waitress. It's badass. This is like,
Yep.
and then I have to explain like the story of the song I'm singing to them. I'm like, this is the moment, like this is like the 11 o'clock, like she is down on her luck, like
Yeah.
so it's cool. It's cool to see.
You get to educate them.
Yeah, and it's cool to see a lot of
Yeah.
people, learn of other shows that maybe they haven't heard of before.
Right.
So it's cool. It's a really cool project to be doing.
Yeah, it's and I'm really excited to see how like I'm very highly considering like, okay, I'm gonna go find someone's couch to crash on for a couple days because I really do want to try to get to the show. I just can't wait though.
Yeah, it is. I will say. I mean, I could sell this show to you in a million ways, but
Do it.
But truly,
You've got
like,
you've got a ton of people listening to you right now. This is your show, Matt.
but truly, it is going to be a one of a kind thing. Like, I'm never going to do another production exactly like this again.
Right.
And there's because it's just so freaking expensive. First
Well,
of all, because
yes.
I'm kind of like we're treating this as the proof of concept to take it on tour next year, nationally and internationally. So. We're pulling out all the big stops because we're inviting a lot of industry folks, a lot of producers,
Yep.
investors, agents, all the people to come see this
So if you'd like to
presentation,
spend
basically.
money on something really cool, come to the show because then you can
Yeah.
let me go
But
for
yeah, no.
$5.99.
So yeah, we're basically like pulling out all the stops. Like
Yeah.
all the huge production elements are there. There's a bunch of Broadway guest artists coming to feature that we'll announce later this month. It is going to be a really fun. It's 2 nights only, so we're trying to make it exclusive
Wow.
and fun. And there's only, I think we're about half sold at this point. So like, there's only a few hundred tickets left, and it's really cool. It's gonna be very, very special. And I just like this earlier this week. I was working on the little handouts I'm giving everybody that's coming instead of doing playbills.
Yep.
They're like really cool. I'm doing like custom made matchbooks and little like designs of some of the
So
design work that I've had
maybe you
created.
could save us some and we could do them as a giveaway for anybody from our group that shows us that they bought a ticket.
Dude, honestly, yeah. I mean, I'll print a bunch, so we'll have some extras.
Amazing.
But
I
yeah,
love
like every little. I guess all I'm trying to say is like every little detail has been thought through and planned from
Yeah, of
the
course.
moment. It's all about the art. For me, I never do anything half-assed. Like if I'm
Same.
such a big like I want this to be a full experience. I don't want it to just be a rock concert. I don't want it to
Yeah.
just be a musical. I want it to be like a night out. The show's only an hour long right now. But like I want it to be from the moment they step into that venue to the moment they leave, like a full like they're transported into
The
this
Matt Copley
thing.
experience.
Yeah, and I just want it to
Yeah.
be something that no one's ever seen before,
Right.
like this to this level. So I started planning it back in March, and I'm not gonna stop until Tech Week basically, and it's the coolest thing I've ever had
It's a
the
grind.
privilege to
It's
do.
gonna be,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be so worth it. And like you can hear how passionate you are about it, and that's really important.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yes,
I really am. I'm putting everything I have into all my eggs into this one basket for 3 nights, but hopefully it pays off.
You'll be just fine. And I think I can ask you and Chris this because you come from more of the music side. How do you maintain your instrument? Like this voice, like getting into a punk
Right?
side or a rock side. Like I know certain, methods that some people use. Like how do you keep yourself so good?
I all the things, I feel like I've had a very untraditional like I took voice lessons for like
Right.
8 years, for like the 4 in high school, the 4 in college. I was classically trained with like these opera singers. So like
Yep.
my foundations are there, like of training and knowing how to treat your voice, how to warm up, how to cool down, all the things. So that's like I guess the blanket over everything that I do. I definitely wouldn't be as successful as I am in the music I make without that. So I'll say that. And then as far as like my daily and like how I maintain it performing and stuff, a lot of it I learned on tour with my band, because like it's a lot of trial and error, honestly. And voice teachers will not sign off on this method at all. So I, but
All right, voice
my,
teachers, close your ears.
but just from speaking from my experience, like I had to figure out how to sing, with that tone, with that like grit, with like
Yeah.
and screaming at the same time, which is like a different kind of thing. But like it's all the voice instrument, and it was a lot of trial and error. There was times where I lost my voice and like had to perform the next night, and I had to figure out what worked for me and what didn't. And so the last 4 or 5 years touring with Unwell was very was like so valuable to me in performing, because now I feel like I can do
Anything.
literally anything. Yeah, because I toured in a Ford E350 white van with bunks
Yes.
built in the back, sleeping in the Planet Fitness parking lots and using their showers. Like,
Hopefully their showers
and
are working because I've been seeing like,
yeah,
a lot of these viral videos are like no showers for 10 miles. So yeah.
yep. So yeah, dude, like it was like touring in a band when you're DIY like that before labels get involved or
Yeah.
anything is seriously so. That is like the ultimate road test. I have so
Yes.
much respect for anybody that's toured with a band DIY, like, no buses, nothing like that. Like you
Right.
are grinding. And it is a grind,
And an
dude. And
F-350 is not that big. I mean,
no,
the
dude.
itself is, but the interior is
No,
not.
dude. Yeah, and there was 5 of us because it was 4 of the band, and then our photographer merch person is normally
Yeah.
what we tour with. So it's but anyways, yeah. So touring really put my voice through the ringer. Figured out what worked for me and what didn't, and I really taught my voice how to maintain itself. But it's a lot of trial and error. Like I said, like I would. Through them, I would go a little too hard one night, and then I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I know I
Whoops.
can't
Now
sing,
you know
sing
where
it like
that
this."
is. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. And it's just over 4 or 5 years, you get really good at knowing your voice and knowing your limits and what you can and can't do. And
Yeah.
I think that's
It's
yeah,
scary. See, like I've lost my voice twice ever, like gone. And it was the scariest thing for me. One, I had first day of a Disney cruise with my parents as an adult. And I was talking, so I'm a little bit grittier now than I usually am. I'm talking, and then all of a sudden my voice was gone.
Oh no.
No sense, like I couldn't even get a whisper out, and I would clear my throat just to know that I could get some sort of sound out. It was bizarre, no
Oh
reason
no.
behind it. And so I professionally host, at Comic Cons, like we are just talking about, and MC different events. And literally the day we got back, the next morning, I had to do like a huge show for like 600 people. And I was
Oh my
freaking
god.
out. But I ordered, it's the echinacea spray, Singer Saving Grace.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
Mhm.
stuff tastes awful, but I got my voice back for an hour. But
Yo, okay. All
it
right.
was something. And Chris heard this and was talking to him about it yesterday. Being at the Comic Con this past weekend, I was around a lot of the Disney voiceover actors, and we
Okay.
were talking about. It's funny you bring up opera. So Caitlin Robrock, who's the voice of Minnie Mouse, she is incredible. She specifically took opera to learn how to manipulate her voice properly, and she can get into her head voice so effortlessly, and was talking about different methods. And that's why I was like, oh, I should ask Matt, because she does the opposite of what you're supposed to do. She will drink like milk, and so she gets a smoother voice, which a lot of people abstain from. So I was curious.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes where like if the set that my band's doing or if there's a song I'm doing, I really for screaming and stuff, I want to
Yeah.
be kind of like the opposite of I want to be very mucusy. I want to be like
Yeah,
crazy,
rough
like
and gritty.
well, yeah. I mean, I just want a lot of moisture in there. So like, yeah, thick stuff like milk like is really great, and
Chow down on some
anything
ice
that
cream
will.
before you get into the studio.
Yeah, dude, dairy does it. But yeah, I don't really have any other like, I guess untraditional ways. I think the biggest thing for me day to
Yeah.
day is like I honestly do not talk a lot. And that's probably really funny because all people see on me online is just me screaming my head
But
off. But like
that's a slice of
literally,
life, though. And then after you're done with that, you're
yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I talk to my wife and my cats at home, but
Yeah.
like, dude, I really don't like. I don't work at a restaurant. I don't bartend. Like, I really don't talk a lot in my day to day, and I think that's especially on tour too. Like, if
Mhm.
I lose my voice, like obviously vocal rest, just shutting the fuck up for like until you have to perform again or warm up is
Right.
the best thing ever in the world to get your voice back, from my experience. So,
It's
I think
hard,
honestly, just
though, but
resting.
it's so hard to be like, can't do it. And you'll see a lot of that at the
Yeah,
stage door too, is a lot of the talent will come out to the stage door. After, what was it, Jinx Monsoon, I think, started doing it with the signs on vocal rest. I know that I
yeah.
had seen maybe Happy Ending right as it had opened, and it was 19 degrees outside. And I mean, I know Darren,
Oh
so
my
I was
god.
waiting to say hello. But after they were like, oh, he's not coming out, and like people still stood there, he came out masked up, and he had a speaker box, like a portable speaker box, and was like whispering into that barely, just to be like, I am procuring, like saving my voice as much as I possibly can because I have a show to perform. So people don't
Yeah.
understand that is rest.
Yeah, dude, it's very and it's constructive rest. Like it's very
Yeah.
intentional and like you need to take it. That is any voice teacher will tell you that too. Like if you lose your voice or like you need to recover fast, like stop talking like
It's
immediately.
hard
Like
for me
that
to
is
shut up,
the
so
best thing.
it's really
Yeah. Yeah, like no talking and then just sleeping and resting as much as possible. Those
yeah,
are like definitely the two biggest like recovery methods and just like
yeah.
vocal health things that are good. But of course, like all the things like always staying hydrated, drink enough water, staying
Hydrate
hydrated
till
and
you
stuff.
dihydrate.
I don't know. Yeah,
At
yeah, but I'm not a voice
Universal,
teacher, so like yeah.
yeah.
What were you saying,
Oh,
Chris?
sorry.
At Universal, we used to say, "If you pee clear, you sing clear,"
Oh, yeah.
There
and
you
that's
go.
good that you
Yeah.
stay hydrated. And
Now
I'll
I
tell
want to
you
make
what,
a
my
shirt that says that.
yeah, my trick when we do our shows is a little bag of potato chips. I don't know why. I have a couple of
Wow.
potato chips, and that just gets everything going. and it helps me get
That's
out. And I
great.
learned doing children's theater in college before both of you were born. Um, those little like 8-ounce shot cans of pineapple juice.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
It won't cure you, but it'll get you through a 10 a.m. children's theater matinee.
Oh, because
No
maybe because of the
way.
the
Yeah, I
pineapple.
think probably the acid in the pineapple juice
Yeah.
and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's super interesting. Every voice is built differently. Like everyone is so unique to their things. I know some singers that like will do the things that voice teachers tell you absolutely not to do. Like I know this one singer that will drink like the hottest cup of coffee possible before they go on stage. And
Oh.
like everyone's like, do not drink acid before whatever it is. Or it'll dehydrate you. That's what it is, because it's supposed to dehydrate you and make
right.
your. But that's like what they swear by, and they're like one of the most accomplished performers in the rock world, like to date. Like they're
Yeah,
so. I
I'm
mean,
a
every voice
bourbon
is different,
drinker,
dude.
and like they always say, like a hot toddy is supposed to be good, and then people are like, no, that's bad. So who knows?
It's
I don't
it's
know.
it's one of those things. Like I think there's general like things you should do, things you should do, things you should
Sure.
avoid. But like at the end of the day, no one has your voice, and you just got to
Yeah.
figure out what works for you and what doesn't. And that's the biggest thing. Find out
I
whatever
think
works
we
for you.
could literally take that as a clip, and people would have 5,000 ways to put it besides just like keeping the tool alive. Well, but think about it. You have
Yeah.
found your voice. You've now educated your band into, bringing stuff in. So I think that's really phenomenal. Chris, I know I haven't shut
Thanks.
up because I'm just fangirling here. I know you have a couple of questions for Matt, so I'm going to try to keep quiet so you can,
Uh,
go get the stuffs and the things.
I'm just enjoying this conversation.
Yeah.
And also, before both of you were born, uh, there was a rock singer named Pat Benatar.
I've heard
Oh
that name.
And
yeah.
Pat Benatar was opera trained. And it was a
There.
big
Yeah.
thing, 45 years ago, whenever it was that she was popular with Hit Me With Your Best Shot and all that. And they're like, how does she do it? And all those screaming. And, like, and she was opera trained and she knew how to get it up there. I remember seeing Brian Setzer and his orchestra. This was like 25
Was it
years
Stray
ago.
Cats or Brian Setzer?
It was Brian Setzer Orchestra.
Okay.
So the first set was Stray Cat material, but not
Okay.
necessarily with the Stray Cats, but it was all the old rockabilly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then he came out and he did all the Brian Setzer Orchestra stuff, and the whole 2.5 hours he is chain smoking. He's got like, he's got one and he sticks it in the neck of the guitar while he's lighting another one, and then he's drinking out of a whiskey bottle. I don't know if it's whiskey or not. That was Dean Martin's shtick. It wasn't really whiskey. But he gets to the end of this whole glorious evening
Yeah.
outside in the damp at the Greek Theater in L.A. And his final encore was "Get Me to the Church on Time" from My
Wow.
Fair Lady. Rock and roll and show tunes, but it's the most bodacious, awesome. He's like, I'm getting married in the morning, and the bass player's dum 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 dum.
That's cool.
You can buy a bootleg recording of any concert that's ever been made, except that one. I have been searching. I had a guy who knew a guy,
Oh,
and
you
couldn't
do have a
find
lot
him.
of
He would
guys
get.
that know guys that can
Oh
get you
yeah,
literally.
no, as a musician, I've known these guys for decades, and no one could find a recording of this one. It was early August at the Greek Theater in 2000 or 2000, probably 2000. I don't know.
Challenge accepted.
It was gorgeous. Please go out and find that.
I mean, send out the army. So anybody listening, Chris, do you want to give them specifically again what it was?
Oh, it's
I
Brian
guarantee
Setzer Orchestra at the Greek Theater. I used to know the date. I used to have it all
Just
memorized.
message us and we'll get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, Matt, this is a fun side note for how our community runs. So we run over 100 fan-based communities across Facebook and Instagram with
Gosh.
about 9 million community members. And it's incredible because fandom lives on, and when you find your community, you find your people. And we had just, Operation Mincemeat had just opened, and I'm sure I'll get a message here from the person I'm about to speak about. And Operation Mincemeat, great show, really cool historical, factual stuff. And somebody reached out and said, hey, my mom was trying to find information. His mom's like in her mid 90s was trying to find information. Her dad was part of Operation Mincemeat, and there was a document. It had nothing to do really with the musical or the performance, but it had to do with the history of it. But you had so many fans of both, the historical stuff and the show. This documentary, it had been scrubbed off air for whatever. Does anyone have access to it? Because before she dies, I want her to be able to see her dad again. Because that was the only way. Within an hour, we had 5 people send us the entire documentary. And
Whoa.
yeah.
That's sweet. That's
So,
really
like,
cool.
when I say we will mobilize our armies, so you need you need a show to go national, international tour, we got you. Chris, you
Heck
need
yeah,
some
all right.
Setzer, we'll work on it.
That's awesome.
So, when it comes to your fan base, you kind of have an interesting demographic. As you were saying, you have a lot of people who have never heard musicals before, or Defying Gravity really kicked it off. Is there a song or a show that you want to cover and you're just kind of hesitating because you're like, am I going to get that demographic to come along for the ride?
That's a really great question.
Yeah.
I think I do think there's some shows I'm hesitant or I've just been waiting to do, but it's not because I'm worried that the fan base won't be along for it. It's more so that I'm worried that I won't be able to do it justice the way I want it to, I guess. Like I've been, like, for example, there's Newsies has been brought up to me a million times, and it's top of the list. And every time, and I have tried.
I'm a fansy, so.
Dude, yeah, and I love Newsies too. It came out when I was in high school, it came out when I was in high school. So like, I love Newsies, dude, and it's just one of those. I don't know, but every time I go to do a song, and I've tried multiple songs up to this point, like it just. I need to. It's one of those things that I really need to think long and hard on, because I approach every song and every cover I do very differently, because all musical theater writers are so unique in the way they write. So I can't use the same approach for every cover that I do. No. And so I mean, and that's like, I don't know, for some reason Newsies is a really hard one for me to do, and I will do it. I will do it soon, because I made good progress on one of them, but yeah,
there's like a really big Newsies anniversary coming up soon for the movie.
Yes, yeah. So that's definitely going to be. I might thank you for bringing that to my attention, because now maybe it'll be a coordinated attack.
Don't worry. When we're done with the show and we go back into our virtual green room, I'll give you some more insight that's not public yet.
Okay, cool.
But
cool.
I've been a fan of the movie since it came out, because I'm that old. But it's one of my favorites, and actually one of the very first interviews I ever had on the Broadway fan club was with Jeff Calhoun, who was the director.
Yeah.
And he's incredible. I'll send you the link to that episode. And this is for anybody, if you want to listen, Matt, you've come at a very special time. We're on episode 99 of official shows. Doing the podcast over 2 years, so next week is going to be the 100th episode, which is insane to me. Insane.
Congrats. That's
Thank
amazing.
You. Thank you so much. But looking back, I'm like, I've had the opportunity to speak to some of like my heroes, or like people that have influenced like how my life is. Jeff was one of those people I met through a Comic-Con, because he's part of The Boy Who Loved Batman, which is the true story of how Michael Uslan brought Batman to the theaters. It's awesome. But yeah, Jeff came onto the pod, and I'm like, man, I want to have him back. There are so many Newsies things I cannot wait to tell you when we're not live. Chris knows I'm a fansy for sure.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Newsies is great. I mean, there's some other songs too that are really tough. Like anything Sondheim's really tough. Just by the nature of it. Obviously, everyone knows he's an insane writer, and it's hard. It's hard for me to attack his music the way I've traditionally attacked some other stuff, because there's no like traditional choruses, and there's no like repeatable things. There's no it's like really hard to to make something really sick. But again, I will do more Sondheim in the future here, but I just need to spend more time with it and really think through, give it a lot more thought.
I'll ask very traditional, what's your process like talking about, like, you go, okay, I want to cover, let's use Newsies, because this is fun. This is a fun project. Newsies, Seize the Day. That's literally my alarm clock, right?
Yeah.
You have that
Yeah.
song. I know we're talking it's hard, but how do you approach a song, or All I Want to Do, or, All I Want to Do, or, Defying Gravity, or something? What's your approach like?
I pretty much start by for like TikTok and social media, I just do 30-second cuts.
Yeah.
So I'll normally start by picking the cut that I want to do, and sometimes I like splice and split certain parts of songs and make them a cut, depending on how repeatable or what parts I think will hook audiences.
You mean it's not just 30 seconds of magic? What?
I know,
There's editing
crazy,
behind
right?
it?
Yeah. So I think of the cut first, and then I take it to my writing partners, Drew and Chris, who are also in my band Unwell with me.
Yeah.
And we basically sit down and we start with the drums, and I basically give them a feel. I'm like, okay, so this is kind of how I just map it out. So for TikTok, I really want a really big hitting intro within the first like 3 seconds or 5 seconds. I want a big moment, whether that's like a huge scream, really fast drums, just a big swell, whatever it may be in the writing process. Like, and of course now we're slaves to the online algorithms. Like I need the retention to be good. So I need something in the first like 3 to 5 seconds that's really going to hook people in. And then I usually have like a big payoff at the end. So that's how I structure every basically every cut that I do on TikTok, and every 30-second cut. And then from there it just goes off after the drums are plotted. Like I basically go off into each song is unique at that point. Whether it's we normally go to guitar next, but sometimes we'll do production, sometimes we'll do like synths, sometimes we'll do like extra drums, sometimes I'll cut vocals right then. It just kind of depends on what the songs, where the inspiration is at the moment for that particular piece.
Chris, he's speaking so much of your language here.
No, well, you keep asking all the questions I have, so.
I'm going to shut up.
No, I was going to say it's the chicken and the egg. Like, do you think, oh, I really want to apply this style to this song, or oh, love this song, what can I do, and then find a thing to go with that, or is it all coming at once?
I think it's a combination of both of those scenarios. I think of songs that I really loved listening to just in general growing up, or just when I listen to a Broadway cast recording, like I'm like, oh yeah, I love this song, let me see what I can do. But sometimes, and a lot of times too, people will, I read people's comments, I read people's DMs a lot of the time when they'll like be like, hey.
Do you really?
I mean, sometimes.
Everyone says they do.
It just depends. I mean, it just depends how they filter them out. But I'll
I know how to
see,
get a hold of you now. It's fine.
But I'll see their suggestions, and I do take and read a lot of people's suggestions that they suggest me. So like, Newsies has been a huge one lately. There's one from Annie that's been suggested to me that I'm working on that is just so fun. It's so silly, but it's I'm gonna post it soon because it's so funny. But I take inspiration from everywhere, whether it's someone suggesting it or just from music I like, or
you should set up on Patreon that people can pay to make the suggestion for your next song.
That's a great idea.
You're welcome.
That's a great idea. I need to be better at that.
Okay, we'll talk. You're fine.
Oh yeah, they can get early access to videos, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do have a Patreon, so I do like very basic stuff like that. Like I do give early access to some of my new covers and stuff like that. I just I'm wearing so many hats at the moment, and I don't really have I have a good team of like the production for the show and for my like talent agent stuff, but I don't have obviously it's just me day to day. Like it's just me controlling all my social media and stuff. So yeah, it's Patreon's I am so happy it exists and some people are on there, but I really need to do a better job at cultivating.
Me too.
Yeah, I need to do more. I wish there was 40 hours in a day instead of 24.
I treat the day like there's 40 hours. That's why I don't sleep.
Yeah, dude. It's a tough balancing act, but I'm trying to keep up with everything as best I can.
All right, Christy, I'm gonna shut up. You keep asking questions. This is nice.
All right, so what comes Now you've got this thing going. You've got the whole punk and Broadway and everything, and you've got the shows coming up. And are you focusing in the future on the band work, or is there a return to the stage anywhere in there? Or?
Ooh.
At this point, I don't have a clear answer. I am open to anything. So my band Unwell is working on our second album right now on Pure Noise Records.
Mm-hmm.
So we are writing, and we'll probably be writing until early next year. So I know we're not going to be touring the rest of this year. And if Unwell goes on a tour, it'll probably be like summer to fall of 27.
You could technically open up for your own band.
Oh man, I could not sing 2 sets. Not in a row, dude. I'd have to hire someone else to sing my parts.
Okay, no.
But yeah, so that's what Unwell's up to, and that's alive and well, and we're gonna keep rocking there. I do audition. I moved to New York City last week, actually. So yeah. So I just got settled. I'm still unpacking boxes in my apartment.
I moved into a new apartment 3 months ago. I am still living out of boxes, so it's great.
I moved into this house 13 years ago, and I'm still unpacking.
Yeah,
you
dude,
can like see it behind me here. It's all just stacked up.
But yeah, so I auditioned for this morning. I had an audition at Pearl Studios, so I do be auditioning for things and for projects that make sense.
I know Pearl Studios well, so we'll talk later. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
so I'm definitely out here. I have agents and a manager that are really great and work really well for me. I'm not, where my headspace and kind of mentality's at is like I don't want to audition for anything and everything. Like I really just want to be very focused on. Yeah, I'm very selective just because I have all these other projects going on at the time. Like I don't want to, audition for a Golden Age musical at a regional house because at the end of the day, like that's just not for me. Like that's not where my heart's at. Like so I'm very selective with kind of the projects I want to be involved with in terms of like getting back on stage into a musical. But I would absolutely love to.
Do you have a dream show though? Besides Newsies, no, clearly, because Jack Kelly. I mean, hello.
Dude, Jack Kelly would be so sick. Yeah. I really want to be Judas in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay.
That's been a dream of mine. So definitely eyeing that role. I'm trying to think of some others.
I mean, it's in London now, so when the inevitable transfer happens.
Dude, right? I know. I would be really stoked about that. I don't know, like anything that makes sense. I would love to do anything traditional, like rock, that's very on the nose for me. But I would also be very curious to like do a role that's not necessarily like, made for like a rocker type.
So
I would
Christian from Moulin Rouge, because he's not a rocker. He's like
yeah, that would be a really, really, really cool role.
Its closing.
I'm thinking something like Pal Joey.
Dude, okay.
Wow.
Because in his heart, he is a rocker.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So yeah, that's so I am auditioning for stuff. That's what the band's doing, and then for Broadway Does Punk, that has been my day to day, my bread and butter for the last few months, and that's really what my career is doing right now. I'm about to. I can't talk about this really, but I did sign a record deal for it. That's
congratulations.
Really, yeah. So and that's gonna allow me to do this full time for a while. So I will be doing that. Will be my main bread and butter for the while, for at least for the rest of the year. And like I was saying earlier in the pod, this October show, Broadway Does Punk, is a proof of concept for a tour. So where my team is working on taking this on tour next year. Yeah. So I really want to do it. I really want to do it in the States. I really want to do it over in Europe. And so we're trying to put all the pieces together to make that happen for us. So.
I'm excited.
I can't wait. You're going to love Europe.
Dude.
My favorite shows I've done were in Europe.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've never been able to perform in Europe yet, ever. So I'm really, it's on a bucket list for me. And I really hope this show can be my introduction over there to performing. Because it'd check a lot of boxes off my bucket list for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you said nothing's off limits. So I hope this is okay, but what's good? Is Blueprint kind of just forgotten now? Awesome. Is there anything else coming with that?
Dude, thank you for bringing that up. I haven't worked on Blueprint in a long while. That was my senior year at college, like thesis project basically. And I did a workshop reading at CCM while I was there, and then I made a cast recording during the pandemic. I remember I had to I flew in the entire cast. It was like 8 or 9 college kids, and it was like April of 2020 or May of 2020, and we all got COVID tested. We all masked up, and everyone we incubated and into the studio for 2 weeks and made this cast recording. And then that was it. I mean, I really wanted to do more with that show at the time, but it's just another one of those projects that I'm so proud of and would love to pick it up at some point. But for now, it's just in my back pocket. It's sitting on my shelf, and I would love to revisit it at some point.
Yeah,
I haven't found whole
albums.
albums, but I've enjoyed the demo recordings that I've been able to find.
Oh, awesome.
So,
Good.
You seem to have 2 websites, and one of them is older and has several of the tracks available to hear.
Yes. I need to. Thank you for bringing that up. I need to fix that because
Way to
I'm
call him
literally-
out, Chris. No.
No, it's good. It's a good reminder because
No,
I
good.
need to fix that. I need to fix that because one is my old site and one's the new one, and I meant to switch the URL over, and I just haven't yet. So
You're
I need to
welcome,
do
Matt.
that.
You're getting all sorts of great suggestions.
I know. If I could afford a day-to-day personal manager, I would have so much more accomplished in my life.
Right? Why don't we all get one?
I know a few.
I know. Oh man, but no, yeah. The full Blueprint recording, or everything that I'd recorded with that cast, is on Spotify and Apple Music and all the streaming stuff. So I think it's only like 9 songs, something like that. So it is just that because I only wrote it as a 1 hour musical, like a 1-act. So I never got to. If I ever get the chance to explore that musical again, the next step would be taking it to a full, 2 hour with intermission kind of musical. I think.
Or
that
take the
was
1 hour to a fringe festival.
Or
I
take
was
the 1
gonna
hour.
say, what about to Fringe? Hey, if
We
you
did.
want to bring it to Orlando Fringe, I will produce it here.
All right, dude. I'll keep that in mind for sure. I remember in college, right after, or in 2020, I submitted to a Cincinnati Fringe of some sorts, like a New Works Fringe, but then it didn't happen because it was COVID. So I never pursued it any further because during COVID, then the band took off, and then I was like, okay, I'm not, Blueprint's gonna sit over here for a while. So, I would love to.
If you don't know anything about Blueprint, the basic synopsis of it.
Yeah, Blueprint is a musical set in the kind of the near future. I don't know if I can still say that now because I don't know how. I honestly haven't read the script since 2020, so it might. It's been 6 years, but the premise is these young kids are starting off at college, and they meet up and they. Oh man, I'm trying to remember the plot of my own musical. They meet in a science class, and basically it's a very digital musical. It's all about the digital worlds and virtual realities. So it has to deal, a lot of the theming of the musical has to deal with addictions and stuff too, and it's virtual addictions, I guess. So the main character Mason, they get introduced into their science class. They're in technology or programming, I think, is their majors. And they get introduced and have this year-long project assigned to create their perfect world, virtual reality, in a VR headset basically. And so this core team of 4 people.
Ready Player One style, or
yeah, exactly like that. So they are the one part of this musical is they're getting to know each other. They're creating this virtual world, and then there's a huge shift when they actually finally go hop into this world for the first time. And then, long story short, the main protagonist, gets addicted to this perfect world, even though, and he wants to leave this other imperfect world behind because it's so perfect, but it's not real. Yeah. So then there's this huge conflict of people trying to pull him back. And that's kind of the tags on addiction and how that affects people's realities and stuff. And that was a lot of the theming of the musical.
Relevant to now too. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to deal with technology addiction, but also just like in my personal life too. I dealt with some really hard drug abuse and addiction like in my early years, and so I'm sober now. But that was when I
Yeah.
was writing the musical. That was like a huge influence for what I was writing about.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I
that.
think music heals everything, and I think you've really been able to establish that. You're living proof of that.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
thank
you're
you.
welcome.
It's yeah, it's saved my life many times.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically the pitch deck of Blueprint.
I love it.
It was a lot tighter 6 years ago, but I haven't talked about Blueprint in a long
You'll get
time.
tighter.
Yeah.
I know that we're slowly but surely running out of time. I know, Chris, you might have a couple more questions. I have just my final question, and then please know that you can always come back to the show. You
Oh, thank
are
you.
a joy, and I could talk to you another 500 hours if your wife would let me. Chris, what other questions do you have for Matt? Oh, you're on mute. Chris, you're on mute. You're completely
I got
muted.
muted. So sorry.
Okay.
I've just been
You
warding
were a
off
talking
this
head.
chest cold. I feel like I should have a signature question the way you do, and
I
I
know.
don't because I've sort of it's like as we've talked, everything has led so naturally into all these little bullet points that I try to be prepared with in case we need
Let
to.
me tell
What
you,
would
Matt, I will be very direct. Chris has been a dear friend for a while, and when my business partner has left the show, I was like, okay, I could host a show on my own, but it's so boring. And Chris is just so full of information and experience and knowledge and has such a joyful heart. But he's so passionate about it. I was like, hey, do you want to hop in? And like, I've been very honored to have him. This is like his third show joining in with us. And it's so cool.
Woo!
So, yeah. So
Oh
like,
my
he's
gosh,
just hanging out and
you
like being
caught
a
me on
good
three
friend.
empty Mondays in a row.
I
So
did.
that's
yay.
I did.
amazing.
But
Well, I'm
he's
happy.
working on it. He's like getting us like podcast studio set up, and I'm like, oh, little Chris is getting all
Oh.
grown up now.
Go, Chris.
That's
That's
so I can do
awesome.
all my hot takes to the three people who would ever tune in.
Oh,
My hot take
Hey,
this week is let's abolish the do not sing list.
oh,
that's a good. I
yeah.
feel like that's.
That's I could go for an hour on that one.
Hey, dude,
Matt, you can
I
sit in
support
on
it.
that one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
I could say a few words.
I was gonna say you've been in the audition room. Do you have a? Is there a song that you would put on the do not sing list, or is there a song that's on it
Oh,
that you would like to take off of it?
Oh,
oh, that's such a good
really
question,
good.
and it's again exposing my. I haven't and before this year, before a few months ago, I didn't audition for stuff for like 5 years, so it's been a minute. And so I'm a little out of touch in the materials world, but if this still holds up, um, for guys, "Why God Why" from Miss Saigon was always on the do not sing list, like
Mm-hmm.
in college and stuff. And I don't remember exactly why. Like I feel like it's a fine song, and it's like dramatic. It gets your point across.
Right.
Shows you can sing well. So I don't know. I guess that might be my hot take. Like it was always on the like all the dudes in the theater programs always sang "Why God Why," but I feel like it's a fine audition song.
What's your audition song now?
It depends. Dude, honestly, literally everything from the past like 4 or 5 months I've been auditioning has only been the material they provide. I have not sung
Oh.
anything from my book in the last 4 or 5 months.
Huh. Okay.
Which has been super different than it was
Yeah.
5 years ago. And I don't know if that's like the norm for everybody or if that's just because, I'm
No, it
really
might be the way
selective
the
about the
shows are.
projects.
I
Yeah.
think that might be it. I think that they have a certain thing they're going for. They want to hear it how it's going to be
Are these
Yeah.
new works you're auditioning for, or were they
established.
established like?
Oh, a mix of both. There's some Broadway stuff I've gone in for, like I was in for Gatsby recently.
Nice.
I did something for the Spring Awakening call,
Nice.
and stuff.
That'd be great.
But there's a lot of like the one I did today is a brand new musical.
Okay.
It's playing in a regional house, so it's a good mix of everything. But like
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, they ask you everything I've been asked has been like a shit ton of material for
Yeah, I
like
bet.
and it's so much. It's literally like two song cuts, two scenes, and then
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
provide if you play an instrument, bring your instrument. So it's like 5 pieces of material for like one thing. And
That's
then,
asking a lot, but
dude,
if
yeah,
it's right,
it's
it's
a
Okay.
right.
lot. But to dance around your question and finally answer it, if I had to sing from my book right now, I would sing Sarah from the Civil War.
Okay.
That's
That's
one of my
nice.
go-tos.
You are.
People have forgotten that show, I think. That
There's
yeah,
a lot of shows that people have forgotten. I want them coming back.
Yeah, it was one of those ones that I've been singing since college, and it's just one of those that like fit my voice incredibly well, and I sing it
hmm
really well, and it's one of
You
my
say
signature
so
songs.
yourself. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so yeah, it's my signature song. So like I that will always be my go-to if someone wants to hear me sing something that's not like pop rock.
Right.
So that'll be in the concert.
Ah, no, but
Do
Oh.
it. That's the encore. Yes, do it.
I mean, maybe, dude, maybe I will look into. I haven't even thought about doing a like rock rendition of that song, and maybe this is the conversation that will get
Maybe,
me to
maybe
do
this
it.
is a swift kick in the ass that you're gonna now do that.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is good to talk about.
All right. You ready for my signature question here? I think, unless Chris, you have any other
Nope.
questions?
Go ahead.
Perfect. All right, Matt. Here you go. I asked all of my favorite people this, so now you're one of them. Is there a question that you have never been asked but have always wanted to answer, and what is the answer? Look at that
What?
face. What?
Um. Oh my gosh, I don't know. The question. I don't know. I've never really thought about this before.
No one has. That's why it's
No
such
one.
a
Yeah.
fun.
um. What? Could you ask that one more time?
Yep. What is a question you have never been asked but have always wanted to answer, and what is the answer?
Oh my god, I don't know. Um, I
I would say
seriously
I think Chris probably asked it, asking about Blueprint, to be honest.
Blueprint. What? Yeah, that was a deep cut. I had never expected in a million years. That was a great
Hmm.
question.
Yep.
um, I think I hope this answers this question,
I'm sure it
but
will.
I think it will in a certain way. I if I could. Oh man, it's so hard to phrase this, but
You don't have to
um,
be perfect. It's okay.
I think a lot of times I wish people would ask how much work and effort it takes to get the results you want.
Absolutely.
Um, because obviously people are just seeing my social medias, seeing the results, the end products of everything I do.
Yeah.
And this goes for anybody in any line of work. Like, no one ever sees the process, and no one ever asks about the bad shit that happens. No one
Yeah.
asks about like the no's that you get told, or like all the not so
Handling
fun stuff.
rejection and falling down and yeah.
Yeah, and that might be like a simple thing, but like no one ever asks about that, and I guess I just want to answer or say to people that like, dude, my day to day is not like
What you see on
great
stage.
all the
Yeah,
time.
sure.
Yeah, like it is very it's what I do. I work in my bedroom in a studio of my own. It's very isolating, and make all my own music. I have writing partners virtually that I work with, but like
Hmm.
a lot of my time, a lot of my days are very isolating. It's not very glamorous. I don't live a very glamorous lifestyle. As of this moment, like I do not make millions of dollars. I don't make thousands of
No,
dollars. I
sure.
am very still like a DIY, even though I have a label and a backing and like a really good team around me.
Yeah.
Like, I am still figuring out how to pay my rent every month. I'm still like figuring out handling rejections from different people, people that aren't interested in my show, agents that don't want to take my show on tour, people, so there's like, and there's so many covers and so many songs I try to do that just don't end up working out. Like,
Yeah.
I have a recycle bin full of stuff that like doesn't work, and I might have spent like an entire day working on, let's say, Santa Fe from Newsies, and
Hmm.
at the end of those 8 hours, I could just be like,
I
I
have
don't
a
really like
feeling
it.
that's a true story.
Yep. So, and though I have those days constantly, dude, like constantly, every
I always say
week.
it's like the people that get it, and the people that don't. So if you're creating something, the people that are going to respond to it and support you are going to be the ones that are going to get it. That's who you're creating the stuff for. And the ones that don't, or the investors that turn you down or whatever, they
Yeah.
don't get it and they don't deserve to get it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's
Yeah.
awesome advice, and everything is all the results you see online are, and I hope this doesn't come off like self-righteous, but like it is from
No.
all years and years of touring and writing music and trying new things, falling on your face. Like all the successes I have would not be possible without the failures I've had.
How do you pick
So
yourself
like,
back up? Like, do you have a tip or a trick if somebody's down? Like, how do you pick yourself up by your britches? Like, what do you do?
I'm a big food guy. I love
Yeah.
food. Food is my comfort. So
Okay.
like I love LaCroix.
Yeah,
Something
okay.
I when I got sober, like that was
Hashtag
like,
not sponsored by LaCroix, but is open to it.
but would be open to it for sure. But it's like simple things, simple joys in my life are what pick me back up. So like LaCroix are one of my simple joys in life. And I love I love Little Debbie like oatmeal cream pies. I
Yep.
love those.
Holla, holla.
Yeah. Those are like some of my simple joys in life, man. And like I don't think you should ever put a limit on those. If they bring you true happiness, like especially in your downtimes,
Eat
dude.
a whole box. Who
Yeah,
cares?
dude. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? You'll
And now that
figure
you're
it out.
living in the city, you can walk that off in 5 minutes. You'll be fine.
Yeah. So that's the one. And then I have a lovely wife and my 3 cats and my pets that I love, and those are obviously my rocks, my support system through and through every day. So, just having a support system, whether it's your family or close friends or whoever, is obviously the biggest thing for me. But if you're by yourself and you need some pick me ups, dude, the little joys, find the little things that make you just
Yeah.
even smile for a few moments, dude. They change your life.
And something to smile about. Go follow Matt on socials, please. At Matt is Unwell. MattisUnwell. That's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, pretty
Yes.
much everything.
Yes.
Or all you have to do is Google Matt Copley and make sure it's not the Australian musician.
Yes. Yep. Yes.
Or
Facts.
Broadway Does Punk. Speaking of, let's put this link up one more time for everybody to check out your show October 10th. Geez, I'm looking at 8/10 tonight. That's what I'm looking at. October 2nd, 3rd. www.abronsarts center. So abronsartscenter.org/programs/Broadway-punk.
Yeah.
I am hoping you're going to have some amazing merch because I know people are going to buy you out of it.
I do have merch in the works right now. So the person designing it just texted me during this podcast, so I'm excited to see.
Yay!
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah.
Matt,
There's merch. There's the little giveaway things that I mentioned earlier. It's a really cool night out. It'll be so much
I
fun.
am so jealous. So maybe Matt will make room for me on his couch. I'll hang out with the 3 cats, and it'll be fine. But really excited for you to have this opportunity to physically see your fans that have gone through this Broadway Does Punk journey, and get some FaceTime with them because I think it's really key, and it's going to be an incredible proof of concept. Don't you worry about that. But
Thank you.
please come back to the studio anytime that you would like. You are a breath of fresh air. So thank you so much for, joining us on a Monday night.
Of course. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's been a blast.
Yeah, well, don't forget, guys, every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, I'll be here. Chris should be here, too. Matt will not be here because he's going to be kicking ass and taking names. But when Broadway's dark, we keep the ghost light burning every Monday night. See you guys next week. Ciao for now.